Well, my name is Don Burnett, and here we are in our little greenhouse that I built in 2017. It's my wife, Donna, and Donna has been with me now 50 years next year. We'll be 50 years married next year. And we met in 1966 in Kelowna. I was in a rock and roll band. She was a groupie. Well, not really a groupie, but you were. And then she turned into our manager, actually. She's such a clever gal, and she's got a lot of business sense to her, so she became our manager for a while. And we didn't start going together at that point, but 3 years later, in 1969, we started becoming a couple. And the band was living in Vancouver at the time, on Marine Drive, Southwest Marine Drive, and we were recording down there. And we had an opportunity to play in Bermuda. We played in Bermuda for an entire season, about 6 months, and then we came back and spent the winter in Kelowna. And the band was the first band to play on the Fintry Queen after it was remade from a ferry to a cruise ship sort of thing. But when I came back from Bermuda the second year, I had something in my blood, and that was to work with my dad in the greenhouse. And when I came home in 1972 from Bermuda, fall of 72, I just jumped right into it, and Dad and my brother, who passed away unfortunately in 2002, he and I and my dad and my mom and Donna worked the business right through till 1997. At that point, my mom had had a stroke in 1995. My dad was 87 years old. We just sort of, and Al was not well, and we just decided, you know what, we are going to sell the place. So we sold the property, and the flower shop still operates in downtown Kelowna. 2000, they had those Millennium projects back in 2000, and as a family, we decided we'd spend some money and create a CD of Dad's stuff from his 1948 recordings that he did direct to disc from the United Church to CKOV Radio, his 1964 trip to Vancouver with Barry Clark in the CKWX studios, and they did a whole whack of songs with Gene Gibson's as his accompaniment. And then, of course, it includes a few more recent recordings and this duet of Dad and Joan when Dad was 82 years old. And so we put this thing together, and Dad was quite flabbergasted because the thing was building in cost. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a $5,000 deal to have all these old records re-sounded, fixed up and then digitized. And Dad was, and I said, Dad, if you don't pay for it, I'm going to pay for it because I really want this done. He had more pleasure in the 3 years that he lived after that record came out. He gave, hundreds and hundreds of them. We sold lots of them too, but he gave hundreds away to people, all his friends. He just loved to do that. And I'm very proud of him. The fellow that did the first stamping of this first CD gave us a gold rendition of, so I've got it framed, Dad's gold record. It's kind of neat, but it was a good thing.
Yeah, it was good timing too, because it was good to do that while he was still alive.
Right.
And he had calls from friends and who just said, "Oh, you had me in tears," and it gave him pleasure to know that he
Touch people.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.